everyone, and welcome to another episode of 1923 Main Street.
Home of the Disney Travel Podcast with the latest Disney travel news. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Bello-Braddock.
And I'm Amelia Bello-Braddock. And today, big news on the Disney World
Big
Christmas
news,
front.
yeah. Big unexpected news, but good news.
Well, I think Disney heard about the Disney World bashing at Halloween and they decided to step it up in time for Christmas because we've got a new second Christmas holiday party at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, so it's funny. A few episodes, or I don't know, many episodes ago, we said, you know what? Disney needs another Halloween party. They need a scary one, and they should hold it at Hollywood Studios, a villain's party. So instead, they gave us a second Christmas party, and maybe they're testing the waters for us.
Which, let's be real, I'm a Christmas girly. I want this anyway.
Because if this goes well,
this.
we just might get what we asked for. All right, I'm sure you've heard. Let's dive into it. What is there? How do you pick between the two? What's the difference? We got a little checklist for you. Now, remember, nobody's been to this yet, so we are only going off what we heard from Disney. And we have a couple of big questions that are outstanding. So let's dive right in. First of all, it's called Disney Jollywood Nights at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and it's only running 10 times.
I know.
So it's a short run.
The first date is November 11th, and it runs all the way through December 20th. So no post-Christmas parties. Thank you, Disney,
we will
for
be
that.
attending. We'll tell you that. So obviously we'll give our take on it after we attend. We're going to be doing both of them this year. And in fact, we're doing them back to back, literally. Mickey's party and then this party. And we'll touch on Mickey's in a minute because they've announced that too. So 10 nights starting with November 11th. Now, the big difference here is, well, Disney says the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, surprise, it's Hollywood Studios, comes to life with sparkling decor, sounds of modern beats over classic holiday songs, craft cocktails, and decadent holiday food. So it's a different spin, which you would expect. They encourage you to dress in your holiday glam best and festive flair. And, you know, there's unique food, there's spirits and champagne, selfies with characters, and all the good fun stuff. And also, they're bringing back Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam.
Ooh.
And that features Prep and Landing, those two little Disney elves we haven't heard from for a while.
Which is a classic Disney cartoon. I mean, they still play it at, like, Christmas parties for little kids, but yet I haven't heard Disney mention them.
So they used to do this show at Hollywood Studios, and it's just an easy way for them to bring it back there. So why don't we dive in?
We're very excited they're making their return.
Let's talk about the specifics first that we know, and then we'll dive in with some questions. So what's going to be happening?
There's different entertainment areas for different genres. For example, when you enter the Disney Jollywood Nights, there'll be a DJ playing some holiday tunes, and Commissary Lane will have a Latin street fair. Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy will host a live holiday special at Theater of the Stars with some Disney friends, and Hyperion Theater will host a holiday sing-along as well. So definitely make sure to stop by some of those.
More details to come on all these, I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
And
these are just the first draft of announcements.
Here is the one that intrigues me a lot. In one of the most interesting new experiences, they have never done this before. Disney says you can encounter glitz and glamour galore at 2 limited capacity entertainment experiences.
Yes, so the first is a jazz lounge at the Hollywood Brown Derby, and there's an otherworldly soiree at the Hollywood Tower Hotel Courtyard.
Yeah, so
we have a couple questions about how this is going to work, but it sounds good in theory.
Yeah, because this is really a party within a party. A limited capacity party inside the limited capacity party. So how are they going to do that? Are you going to make you line up all night for these things? Are they going to do it with virtual queues for half an hour and then they kick you out, sort of like Oga's Cantina?
Maybe that's how they're drawing all the crowds away from the lines.
Right? Is it going to cost? I don't know, but I really, really want to do the Hollywood Tower of Terror one.
Yeah, which is interestingly enough in their courtyard, which you, like us, might be wondering, where is that?
Yeah, so this is interesting. It is, in fact, where I thought, and I have some questions around this. So the courtyard is where?
Right where you exit the ride when you come out of the merch shop for the Tower of Terror.
Yeah, there's a coffee cart there and stuff. So it's at the side of the Tower of Terror. That's where you exit after the gift shop, exactly.
However, Tower of Terror has already been announced to be a ride that will be running during the Jollywood Nights party. So how is that going to work?
If they're closing off the courtyard for a limited capacity party of some kind, where are you going to exit? Or are they going to have people exiting right through the party, which doesn't make sense?
I mean, they could probably just diverge it a different direction, but it's just really interesting.
That won't be a great experience.
It won't be. And then it's also, then how are they maintaining the amount of people in the party when it's right by where everyone usually comes out?
So
like,
I love
some logistical
By the way,
errors.
the courtyard is used for weddings, I discovered in my research.
It's very pretty.
Yeah,
it's very nice.
They can do it up quite nicely. Now, it's easier at the Brown Derby. I'm assuming they're using the sort of dessert area out there with the covered part that's right outside the Hollywood Brown Derby. I'm guessing that's where the jazz club is going to be. I don't know for sure because there's no details. But a lot of questions about how they're going to make this run, because worst case is you get in the park and you've got to line up to get in. Well, you can waste your entire night standing in line to get into a party inside the party you've already paid for.
I think that's what it's going to be.
I hope not.
I think that's the safest bet, though.
If they don't announce it before the ticket dates, which we'll get to in a minute, then maybe when you buy your ticket, it'll show up. Do you want to buy a ticket for that in a time slot? That would be the best way.
That's
or like
true.
Oga's.
It might be a virtual queue. I think it's more realistic.
With half-hour windows, I think that would make most sense.
I think that would make the most sense. I just think most realistically, and I hope I'm wrong, but I think to draw crowds away from the lines for the rides.
They don't want angry, frustrated guests right off the bat.
They're just making another line.
We're hoping to get more details. Of course, we'll share it with you when it happens.
Looks promising, so we'll see. I'm excited.
And of course, other stuff happening. It's not just that, although it sounds like it is for me.
Yeah.
So they will have selfies and unique holiday photo opportunities throughout the night.
Yes, of course, they'll have magic shots because it is the holiday season, which are complimentary Disney downloads from Disney PhotoPass.
Yeah, you get your photos free that night, which is good.
Yes, and they're included in the price of the ticket. You don't have to pay extra on top of what you've already paid. And then you can meet Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and the rest of the gang in Animation Courtyard on set with holiday props as well. And there's also Powerline Max, Phineas and Ferb at Echo Lake, and you can strike a pose with Edna Mode and one of her super friends at Pixar Place.
Yeah, so good characters here. It's fun. Plus, there is, of course, access to your rides, your favorite rides. Now,
they've given a list.
Yeah, they've given a sort of partial list, but some of these are surprising and raises another question.
I'm intrigued by this, including Slinky Dog Dash, Rock and Roller Coaster, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
Which we've already said is interesting because maybe you never leave. You don't exit. Yeah. Of course, it's not the Halloween party. It's Christmas.
Yes. And Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, which will use a virtual queue during Jollywood night.
And this leads me to my other big question about this night. What are they going to do with Galaxy's Edge at a Christmas party? Is Galaxy's Edge going to be decked out for Christmas in space?
Did they have Christmas?
Can they just ignore it?
Did they have Christmas?
I don't know. Did Christmas go away in the Star Wars universe? It never really comes up.
We actually do not have a canonical answer for that, I don't think.
No.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Between how are these limited capacity parties going to work and
maybe
what is Galaxy's Edge going to do?
Maybe they'll just do what like Christmas shows do when they don't actually want to do a Christmas episode. Just make it holiday themed.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, without outright calling it like Christmas. So they'll have fun bows or fun lights without putting out Christmas trees because it's not actually a Christmas party. It's a Jollywood night. So that encapsulates like Hanukkah and everything around that time as well.
So does the other one, but it's festive, right?
It's
but
festive.
Still, Galaxy's Edge and festive don't go together, you'd think.
Maybe,
but we'll
I'm
see.
sure they have some holiday on Galaxy's Edge. We have several here, so hopefully that planet has at least one.
Now let's talk about food quickly. There will be specialty food there throughout the party. It's not free, of course, but there's spicy Korean chicken on a funnel cake, so that's sweet and savory mixed. Christmas tree cookie stack. That's pretty interesting, inspired by the Echo Lake Christmas tree. And, of course, classic cocktails and holiday beverages.
Of course, what would a Disney party be without drinks? And these tickets go on sale starting June 29th for Disney World Resort guests, and tickets for all guests go on sale on July 6th.
Yeah, so if you have a reservation booked at a hotel, then you're going to get an early booking. They know you're going for sure, so we get to book on the 29th. Everybody else, they go on sale July 6th.
Yes, and this is limited capacity. What that capacity means, though, we don't know.
Yeah, and we'll post all the dates on our show notes and blog posts, so check that out. So we're going to get into Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party in a minute, but the big question is, how do you decide between these two Christmas parties? If you only can go to one, which one should you go to? So we have a few checklist items that may help you decide, and you can check these off and see which way you're leaning. So first of all, I would say, if you're into the real classic Disney characters, the original, the Disney princesses, Mickey and Minnie especially in the classic form, you're going to want to go to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
Of course. It's very, now you can do both, but this one is very more warm, cozy, family Christmas.
I'm saying if you can only do one
really,
for whatever reason, if you're wondering which one should we go to, because they're not cheap.
Yeah, that's true.
They're well over $100.
Yeah,
So
of course
per
it's not
person.
cheap. It's Disney. Yeah.
Now, if you want a more modern contemporary Disney, if you like the Star Wars universe or Toy Story or more or like newer Disney stuff, Hollywood Studios is definitely going to be one you might want to check out.
And Hollywood Studios also, I feel, has a bigger variety of these types of things. Like it has Toy Story, but then it also has Star Wars and different things that your family might enjoy. It has a broader spectrum, I feel like, if you have different ages of kids and stuff and things like that. So
now,
that's
speaking
important
of
to
that,
consider.
if you only have younger kids, like under 8, 6 years old, 5 years old, 4 years old, you may want to lean Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party because there's just more rides in Magic Kingdom for that age group than there is at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
There are a couple at Hollywood, but not nearly as many.
Yeah. However, on the other side of that coin, if you have kids that are a little bit older, like 9, 10, 11, that would still, of course, want to go to these Christmas parties, they might have more fun at Hollywood with Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster and things like
Rise
that.
and all those things, right?
Exactly.
If they
Well,
like more thrill rides.
And there is still Slinky Dog and Swirly and stuff that your younger kids can enjoy.
And
as
you
well.
know what? This has bugged me for years at the Very Merry Christmas Party. If you just want to enjoy a festive cocktail in the park, you're going to want to go to Jollywood Nights because you're going to be able to do it there. Not like Magic Kingdom where
Magic Kingdom is
I
staying
get it.
incredibly pure.
And it's good. That's good. It suits,
No, that's
the
good.
party. So
You don't want a bunch of drunk people around your 6-year-old.
yeah, well, people are, well, these days you never know.
Yeah.
And if you really like just the classic family Christmas feeling, the sort of more cozy, family-oriented Walt Disney type of Christmas or holidays, festive, Magic Kingdom is the way it is. It's different than the roaring 40s sort of jive that's going to be going on at Hollywood Studios.
I would arguably say Hollywood Studios almost encapsulates New Year's a little bit, and it's more of like a glitzy late night event because it runs from 8:30 to 12:30. It's a really late night, glamorous, kind of like going out on the town, but still Pinterest Christmas, whereas Very Merry Christmas Party is more like cozy at home, opening presents in the morning and stuff
so
like
it's
that.
going to be a tough call, but I would say if you like classic original princesses and all that stuff, Mickey, if you like the newer stuff and you want to try something different, then just Jollywood Nights. But
Maybe switch it up this year.
Great problem to have. Now let's
Yeah,
quickly
we
talk
love them
about
both.
there's a couple of new things at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party this year. It's 25 nights instead of 10. So
Oh, that's true. There's a lot more
lots
options
of good
for your
nights.
family if you're only going for a certain time.
tickets go on sale at the same time and so on and so forth. 29th if you have a reservation and July 6th if you do not.
And Tron Light Cycle Run will be there with its virtual queue for the event. So if you're there that day and you don't manage to get it, maybe you have another shot when it's a bit of a limited capacity at getting virtual queue for Tron. So that's another benefit of these parties. Consider, do you want Tron or do you want Rise? Could be something else to consider with these parties as well.
Yeah, so definitely two good choices. And of course, Christmas and the holidays are going to be going on all over Walt Disney World, not just these two
Yes.
parties. So in another first, Magic Kingdom Park is getting festive, Frozen.
Yes.
For the first time in forever, Elsa, Anna, Olaf, and Kristoff and the Snowgies will be in front of Cinderella Castle for a Frozen holiday surprise, both during the party and just on regular times.
Yes.
So it's a new offering.
And for anyone wondering, the Very Merry Christmas Party runs from November 9th to December 22nd, which means we can confidently say Disney will be Christmas ready by the 9th. So somewhere in between their last Halloween party.
Yes, very interesting.
They'll make it
You're not
festive
letting that
themed.
one go, are you?
I'm not. It's very rude of them. I'm very disheartened.
And over at Animal Kingdom Park, the Merry Menagerie of Winter Animals will be back. And Epcot, of course, will be back with the Candlelight Processional. We do not know who the hosts are, who the special celebrity guests are yet. That's running from November 24th to December 30th. And then over at Hollywood Studios, they'll once again do their Yuletide projection show on the Hollywood Tower Hotel this year. In Toy Story Land, you'll find Woody, Jesse, and Buzz in their holiday outfits. Disney Springs, the Christmas tree stroll is back. That's sort of fun.
We love them.
And it may even snow there. And of course, you can meet
Fingers
Santa, and he will be in all 4 parks. He gets around, at this time of year, plus Disney Springs, and even at a Disney water park, which is right now would be Typhoon Lagoon, but who knows what's going to be open and closed at this time. And he will be dressed in his beach wear, no matter which one he's at. So there you have it. Lots and lots of exciting stuff, but some big questions about Disney Jollywood Nights. We're going to go to both of them this year, so we will, report back on that with our own thoughts later.
Busy weekend for us, but we're very excited.
There's going to be lots of talk about this for sure. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Let us know. We'll ask that question in a poll this week. If you could only go to one, which one would you go to? Think about it, and then check out our poll on Twitter.
Because I don't know.
At 1923 Main Street. Thanks a lot for listening. We'll see you again next week, and have a magical day.
Bye-bye.